Okay, so this video is a thank you to everybody who's backed the campaign so far. 755 backers at the time of recording. That is ridiculous. Thank you so much. It's a bit of a cliche to say it, but it really wouldn't have been possible without you. In this video, I'm going to answer a whole bunch of your questions because I've been getting the same ones both privately and publicly. So we'll go through that, and if you have any others, message me and I will get back to you as soon as possible. So one question that quite a few of you have asked is, can you add extra stuff to your pledge? For the moment, just hold fire on that. I'm going to do the service through Crowdox. You'll be able to add on as many bits and pieces as you like with no postage charges. Nice and easy. Hello, mate. Hello. I think your name's Hugo. Hello. Okay, time for question number 2. Okay, so question number 2 was from Jennifer, and she asked, can you shoot the Ultimate Lens hood if it's not up against glass? The answer to that is absolutely yes, you can. It's really important because if you're shooting in a venue or at a zoo, and you're not always going through glass, if you're in and out, if you're taking some stuff for the room at large, architecture, whatever, you want to make sure that you're not always pulling it on and off because that'll be really irritating. So what I do, collapse it back to flat, which means you can still take your photos, it doesn't droop, doesn't get in the way, you can still do everything you need to do, and then when you need to take a photo through a window, through glass, pop it out, rest it up against there, take the shot, job done, and then when you're finished, back the same way, fold it flat, and job done. Now the final ones that will be arriving with you guys have a stiffer brim, so it's going to be less of that wobbly action, but yeah, it works really well for that. No need to keep pulling it on and off. Thank you for your question, Jennifer. Okay, Mark Clint, thank you for your question. I've been asked it by a few others as well, so it's a big one for me to address. It's what is the range of pan and tilt of the Ultimate Lens hood when you're combining it with a wide angle lens? Now, I only have 60mm, that's the widest I can go at full frame, but here's an example of me overlaying a clip showing the pan and tilt range with the 16mm lens. Hopefully it'll give you a good idea. Now, I'm deliberately trying to catch the edges so you can see just the limitations of it. But essentially, I've never had a problem. I think it'll be absolutely fine. All you've got to be aware of is you have to go a little bit closer to the glass than you would with, say, a 100mm lens. But because the lens is so wide, you're still going to get a huge field of view anyway, so it's not a problem. I don't think it would work any wider than 14, but you're welcome to give it a go and let me know. So thank you for your question, hope that answers it. And if you have anything else, let me know. Okay, so a comment from Marsha was, what about doubling up the Ultimate Lens hood? So one faces backwards to cover the camera and one faces forward to block out the reflection. Here's a little clip of me doing that. Reason for being is if you're shooting from the outside to the inside and you want to protect your camera from the rain, but you still want to block out the reflection, you can do it nice and easily. So 2 lens hoods, you can cover that, not a problem. And your second comment was, what about showing on a gimbal? Now, the actual shots I did in Iceland under those waterfalls, that did have the Ultimate Lens hood fitted to my 16-35mm lens on the Zhiyun Crane Plus gimbal. It waterproofed the camera, worked absolutely perfectly. Of course, the gimbal wasn't waterproof, but it's a lot cheaper than the lens and the camera body, so I wasn't too fussed about getting that damaged, but it was fine. But yeah, there you are. If you want to balance your Ultimate Lens hood on a gimbal, as long as it's within the weight restriction, you'll be absolutely fine. The Ultimate Lens hood weight is around 210 grams, so provided your gimbal can hold the weight of the camera, lens and the lens hood, you'll be absolutely fine. Thank you for your question, Marsha. So another comment I've been getting is, a lot of you have lenses that are right on the boundary, so maybe a 60.5mm lens or a 59mm lens. Which should you go for, the Ultimate Lens hood Mini or the full-sized Ultimate Lens hood? Now, I've been saying you should go for the full-size Ultimate Lens hood. The reason for that is you're going to get a much wider range of angles out of that mirrorless camera, and to tilt it, you're going to be able to waterproof the mirrorless camera because the Lens hood Mini is too small for a bigger camera like that. But it means that even if your lens is a little bit on the small side, you could tighten it up with a hairband, or best thing to do is just to go on, jump on Amazon, buy a rigid lens hood for your lens, nice and cheap, and that'll be wider than the body itself, and then stretch the lens hood, the Ultimate Lens hood, over this rigid hood, and that will increase the diameter of the body, make it even faster to put on and off, and the Ultimate Lens hood works fantastically well if you partner it with an existing rigid hood. So if you're really unsure, if your lens is right on that boundary and you don't know which one to buy, I would go for the bigger one, buy the rigid lens hood, combine the two, and you'll be good to go in all conditions. Okay, so thank you for your questions. I hope that answers the majority of them. If you have any more, let me know in the comments below and I'll message you directly to get the answer to you really quickly. I really can't thank you enough. Over 700, nearly 800 backers in a week is unbelievable. So thank you so much. I'm really excited to get these out to you and see what shots you can get with them. As I said, any more questions, let me know. And the YouTube series that I suggested to you, that actually had quite a lot of good feedback on that, I think I'm going to go for it. So if you want to learn about the crowdfunding process, more behind the scenes action, anything sort of entrepreneurial, looking at everything from design and like the CAD side of it and the sourcing side of it, all the way through to sort of the idea generation, fulfillment, everything to do with crowdfunding, subscribe to the YouTube channel and I will get cracking with those videos once the Ultimate Lens Hood is starting to be fulfilled. I don't want to be distracted while we're working through manufacturing, but as soon as they're being shipped out, those videos will start and hopefully get you guys crowdfunding your own campaigns in the future. So once again, thank you very much. Got about 10 days to go, I think, so share the campaign with anybody you think might be interested. Really appreciate that. And yeah, see you in the next one.